Akilah Hughes versus Carl Benjamin case in the Southern District of New York. What we have here is a default has been entered against Carl Benjamin, aka Sargon of Akkad. So default is what happens when you don't respond to the lawsuit. And let's see what it looks like here. I, Ruby Krajcik, Clerk of the United States District Court for the Southern District of New York, do hereby certify that this action was commenced on August 25th with the filing of a summons and complaint. A copy, etc., was served on defendant, personally served by Federal Express. You may remember that a couple years ago, or actually was it a couple years ago or was it a couple months ago? I forget. It was very recently. There was a ruling in the U.S. that said that that service by mail was okay internationally as long as international law provided for it. We didn't used to have that sort of clarity on whether you could serve somebody by mail. So here we've confirmed that they have served Carl Benjamin by Federal Express by mail. Proof of service served September 8th. And if he hasn't responded, then they've entered default. So what does default mean? Well, default is that Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 55A. Oh, that's not it. FRCP 55A. And all it really means is that default has been entered. Note that this section does not say anything about default judgment. That's part B here. So all we're talking about is a default, a failure to respond. Now Morrison and Lee will go back and make their claim for damages and show that to the court. And as long as the court doesn't think there's anything wrong with that, then that default judgment will get entered against Sargon, and then they'll have the next step of trying to figure out how to get that executed on him in his home country. I believe that's either England or UK. I'm not sure what the legal observation is there. Who you sue where internationally is a very complicated topic that I'm not ready for at this time. So that's a very interesting story. We'll keep an eye on that, and when there's some kind of movement on the damages, we'll have an update. Or I'll do a video or bring it up on a live stream.